Hi everyone, and welcome to what I prepped today. Well, in a previous video you saw that I did the pineapple and mandarin oranges in the freeze dryer. So I packed that up, the oranges, in 8.5 ounces. Actually it weighs just grams, but when I freeze dry food I put the pre-freeze dried weight on the package. And then the pineapple chunks were in 13-ounce packages, which is actually only, I believe, around 100 grams or less, actually. I can't quite remember. So then I had also previously done Ritz crackers in one row of Ritz crackers, and they were still on sale at Sam's Club, and I decided to put another package of them in mylar. And they actually, because they had problems with their website, they actually comped me a second box. So instead of just 18 rows of 30 crackers, I got 36 rows. So I decided to go ahead and store those as well. And since each one uses a bag, and a bag pretty much is the same price, and then I add an oxygen absorber, I did a lot of them in singles, but then in this bag I was able to put 5 rows of crackers, and then here 3 rows, and then a couple more bags of 3 rows of crackers. I also, on one of my videos with ramen noodles, someone had commented that the Marichan brand tasted much better than the other brand. What was that called? Top Ramen. So I said, well, I would try those or get some of those. And I didn't try them. I did end up buying them, and I just went ahead and put them in the packages here. But one thing I noticed, that the Marichan brand actually says right on it that it's partially produced with genetic engineering, and I didn't notice that until after I bought it. Really glad they say that on there. I didn't notice if it was on the Top Ramen brand. I'll probably read that Top Ramen and see if that's on there. If it's not on there, I would stick with Top Ramen. If it is on there, it's not going to make much of a difference. When it comes time, if I would ever have to dig into these ramen noodles, I guess I'm not going to care if it's genetically engineered. But also, this is one of the things that we store so that we can give other people. Don't judge, but at least I'm prepared to share some food. Okay, then what else we did here is I had a 15-pound bag of baking soda that was, I think, only $7.50 from Sam's Club. So I went ahead and put that in these 4-ounce packages. This is the size I do most spices and small baking items in. And then I did some baking soda in 1-pound packages. And then I also had a 4-pound canister of baking powder. So I did those in 2 ounces, and I really didn't want to keep doing them, all day. So I did some 4 ounces, but I will tell you one thing. 4 ounces of baking powder and 4 ounces of baking soda, they weigh the same. They take up the same amount of space pretty much. However, the baking soda, when you close it, no problem, and you can just seal the top. But the baking powder, it's kind of like the activated charcoal in that it wants to puff out the top. So I stopped doing these in 4 ounces and just finish the rest in 2 ounces. Now, if I had to have them in 4 ounces, I would just use a bigger bag. You know, I would cut them less, or figure out a way to do that, but it really didn't matter. And this is the size I like to keep them. And then the last thing I did was my Christmas in Paris tea. I love tea, so I have a lot of tea in my food storage. And while other people are eating food and scavenging for food, I'll just have tea for them. But this is a really good tea if you've never tried the Christmas in Paris tea, and if you like different teas. It says it has cocoa shells, peppermint, lavender, chocolate flavor, and vanilla extract. And it's a really good tea. And I had so much of this because I actually bought a box of 1,000 on Amazon, 1,000 tea bags. So we have a lot of this tea. So that's it. That's what I prepped today. There are exactly 100 bags of things going into the preps. The freeze-dried food and the crackers, and that's it. Okay. Tell me in the comments what you think of this storage and what did you prep today?